Okay, YouTubers, we got a Cub Cadet 1440. I searched high and low and all over the place, and I couldn't get any information on this problem. This thing has been a thorn in my side for 15 years off and on, and now it finally conked out. Here's what was going on. I'd hit a bump, it would shut off. Nobody could tell me what was wrong. And now it finally just shut off and would not run. I could pour gas down the carburetor and keep it running all day long if I wanted to feed it. But anyway, here's what happened. I called my friend Billy Little, and he owns a lawnmower shop down south. He is awesome and knows what he's doing. He told me about the fuel cutoff solenoid. Man, as old as this mower is, it's like a 91. I never knew they had fuel cutoffs back then. That guy should be hunted down. But anyway, here's a fuel cutoff. That goes into a piston that goes out and simply lets the gas into a jet all the way down at the bottom of the bowl. So what Billy told me to do was pull this lid off and go down there and drain the carburetor and look at that solenoid. And when I did, that shaft sticking out that goes into a little seat, it's just like a needle and seat in a carb. And where it goes into that seat, it was all black, tarnished garbage. I turned the key on and nothing was happening down there. So I pushed it back with a needle nose, cleaned the shaft, sprayed it all up real good with carbon choke cleaner, and then I hit the key, and sure enough, she slid back. And it only moves maybe 1/8 of an inch, a 1/4 inch. It pulls out and lets the fuel go through to the venturi, which then takes it up, over, and down. The reason I didn't suspect that is I had the lid off several times, and I'm watching the fuel come into the carburetor. I mean, I put an electric fuel pump on this temporarily. I did, but when it would run, I could take that fuel pump and unplug it, and it would keep running. So I knew the factory fuel pump was good. I'm going to put that back now. And that solenoid, he told me too, you can reach down there and maybe clean that venturi out with a piece of wire or something. It would have been awful hard to do. So you could, where that jet and needle and seat are down below, it comes up to the top of the carburetor by where the pickup tube goes down in that hole. So I'm thinking you could fill that little pickup tube with carbon choke cleaner and try to blast the hang out of it with shop air after you have the solenoid open. So you would turn the key on and let the solenoid go back into the open position, fill that little reservoir with carbon choke cleaner, and then blast it with shop air, because otherwise you can't get in there really to clean that needle and seat out. So that would be a big plus, to be able to blow it out in reverse action. Hoping now when I go to crank it up that the fuel flows through it. If it don't flow through it, I'm gonna have to get down there and do something about it. Briggs & Stratton built the engine all the way around that fuel solenoid. That is ridiculous. What you're seeing there, this gold piece, that's only half of the solenoid, and then there's going to be a wire harness plugged into it. So you can't just go in there and spin that out. You'd have to take this cover off and this fuel pump and the valve cover, because look, the shields are even in under the valve cover, for Pete's sakes. And I just never saw anything like it. Briggs, it seems like Cub Cadet back then had an airflow or a cooling issue, so they built all these extra housings around this wreck to pull the air through. Look at this horn here to pull air through. Now that's covering the muffler too, but the point is the air comes through it and runs out the back from a fan. Not a big fan of this unit. It is a Briggs dual cylinder motor, but anyway, I'm going to see if she fires. Thanks for watching.